Hello, everyone. First of all, happy Lionsgate to everyone out there. This is a huge portal of energy, and part of the energy is opening the portal that is leading us into the new era, the new age, the golden era of this higher frequency of living a higher, vibrant life. And that requires a lot of self-mastery in order to be able to go through layers and layers of the things that we are overcoming from our limitations so we can transcend those things as we transform into a new reality of what it is we came here to do, be, and have. So I was very guided, as if you've been following me, to introduce 33 aspects to be able to master yourself, create self-mastery in your life and in your world. Today, we're talking about truth. And what is truth to you? And so what I'm going to talk about is a little bit about how we gain it and why we have a soul desire to gain that. So let's talk about why we have a soul desire first. So, we're a spiritual being in a human body that came here with a purpose and came here with a mission. And one of the number one things that is our journey is to evolve into is to remember the true self of who we are and at our greatest, highest version. And so in order to connect to that side of ourselves, we have to be able to revisit the sides of ourselves that we have either ran from, that have been painful, that we have suppressed in a sense that we've never integrated with that side of ourselves. And so we're waking up sides of ourselves to see, feel, and heal them. And mostly that is coming through from a place of the limitations that we've taken on acquired belief systems, programs, ancestral wounds, and in the DNA of our being, we're holding and carrying old templates, old information. And these things are weighing us down, and this is collectively. And that's why in this timeline of this 8-8 Lionsgate portal, it's a perfect time to enter this new era, the new beginning, because so many people are completing these cycles of the life timelines and seasons of their self of going through rebirths, and everyone's coming to this ending that's really opening up and creating a new beginning. And I invite you to call in this Lionsgate energy that, just so if anybody doesn't know what that means, it is a universal new year. And it's when we align with the Sirius energy and the Sirian energy, I should say, and that energy then is closest to the earth plane at any other time of the year. And so universally, that energy is here to support us, to bring in more light to the world, to us individually. And we as Wayshowers and Lightworkers are activating ourselves through this inner DNA that is light codes in our body, literally. So really call in that energy, really connect to that energy, and really use this timeline as a new beginning and a rebirth. And if you will take the time to do that and to discover who you are intentionally, that's going to help you remove the limitations that are really a personal lie. These things that you're holding on to, these things that you're carrying out, these things that you're needing to release, and your habits and the way you've managed things throughout your life that has been limiting. And a lot of limiting belief systems, those things are going to hold you back if you continue to repeat those patterns, because it's a lot about repeating cycles and patterns that everybody's waking up like, I don't want to repeat that pattern anymore. I want more fulfillment. I want more of the things that I desire. I want more simplicity. I want to live from my heart. I want to connect to purpose. And that's where we're ushering in that new age, that new era, that golden timeline. And so when it comes to truth, our soul is seeking it from its entire evolution, not just here in this lifetime and space, but the entire evolution. We have a soul longing to reconnect to the truth of who it is and wake up to this information that is in our DNA of our soul to unlock and awaken and to connect with and integrate with, so that we can tap into more of our potential and the hidden potential, and that we can, and I want to even say that as our hidden power, because the more we find this truth of who our truth, and that's the point of this, truth seekers are on a mission to discover their own truth. And really, what, if you really get down to it, that is becoming free of everything that has been put and placed upon you or projected onto you from other people, other experiences, timelines, family, generations, and that you no longer have to stay limited to all of those things if you will begin to put intention and attention onto the things that bring you fulfillment, that bring you freedom, that allow you to connect to your heart, that allow you to move forward in your heart's desires and to basically create what it is you want. And one of the things we talked about as we've moved through these different truths or different aspects that I'm teaching you in this 33 days for self-mastery. If you're just coming into this, and if you've been following me on this, please let me know you're following, so I know who's following and I can get feedback from you, because I am writing about this. And it is like, today is actually Julian and I's first wedding anniversary. And so I've said that by me showing up in this timeline was putting me to the task of like really going into applying a lot of the self-mastery stuff I'm talking about by showing up more authentic, more raw, more real, more on the fly, more on the go, more like available in a way that is, going to help me through the process. Because you don't go through even creating something like what I'm doing by honoring and making a commitment to show up to support you for 33 days to collect these aspects. You don't do something like that without going through the experience, and that you are literally experiencing the, like, say for instance, with each aspect, what you're learning from that, like those things will show up and manifest in your life in such a way that take you and give you the experience that you need to actually go through the process of what you're creating or what you're experiencing or what you're doing. So what I'm saying here is, by me talking about these aspects, by me bringing these aspects to you, by me living this out in motion, it's literally bringing more awareness, more ability for me to align with my own personal truth as well. And so, in this journey of the ascension, there are cycles and there are seasons. And so everything's coming to like an end in a big way, and everything's opening up in a new way. And that is the sense of the golden era, which is the era of freedom, as I mentioned. So I think when it comes to like, you've let go of so much now, what's really important is to create the space to open up and call in what it is you desire. And if you don't take the time to discover that about yourself, then you're missing the mark here as to the amplification that this Lionsgate portal of energy can help boost you out there further, faster, if you will catch the wave, so to speak. So I invite you to think of this portal as catching the wave, and make the intention to like connect to your truth and ask for your truth and discover who you are, so you can become your truth and let go of what people have placed onto you as their truths or their beliefs, so you can own who you are. And so at the end of the day, when it comes to mastering the truth aspect within yourself, it's taking the intentional time to discover you. Who am I? Why am I here? What are my beliefs? What are my needs? What are my core values? And let's go to the core of that. Like, what is my core desires? What is my core needs? What is my core values? And what is my core gifts that I can actually share with the world? And what is it I can contribute to this collective energy that we are one at a time individually creating a mass group of energy that is literally transcending the limitations of the earth on a collective scale. So yeah, so I wanted to show up and honor my commitment, and make sure to let me know if you have any questions in any of the comments, but also make sure you check out my Lightworker Academy. I have links in that, depending on where you are. If you're on Instagram, it's in the bio. If you're on Facebook, it's going to be below you. If you're on YouTube, oh wait, Facebook's going to be above you. YouTube's going to be below you. But check that out, because part of my next level and going to the next level is about me helping other people step into their purpose, and not just like heal themselves, but to discover who they are at the highest level, the quantum level that represents why are you here. So that's a question I would invite you to ask yourself, not just who am I that we've talked about in some of these aspects, but why am I here? What are my gifts? And how can I put those into motion? And how can I bring them into form in such a way that I can wake up every day and say, who can I help? How can I serve? And what are their needs? And so I invite you to do the same. That's what I'm here today. And if you're really looking to take radical change steps and change and move and shift some energy, this portal is a great way to do it. And by the way, my first, when I'm talking about that program, the Six-Figure Lightworker program, my very first live group session is this Wednesday. And there'll be 2 a month that you could work with me to help you discover who you are and your mission. So make sure to check out that link, and make sure to let me know, even if you're watching this on the replay, where you're tuning in from. If you're following me on this 33 days of self-mastery challenge that I'm doing personally, and I'm inviting you to join me. So I send you loads and loads and loads of love, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire, and jump in this wave and enjoy the process of this 888 infinity energy. And I'll see you next time.